What's going on, beautiful people? Good morning to everyone. I hope that you get a chance to watch this video in time before you start your day, or if you're on your way to work like I am. As you can tell, today's video I want to talk about pressure and responding to a couple things I received on Instagram, because I think I pretty much come up with a new catchphrase like every few months to a year. I come up with something. First it was Pawpaw Millie, then it was Eat Your Veggies, and it was something else, and it all just reflects different times in my life. So the major thing in my life right now is pressure, dealing with pressure, getting through each and every trial, and realizing that difficulty gradually increases the more challenges you get. So the older you get and the more equipped you get. I was told that you won't receive a challenge that you can't handle. So we may receive something that's extremely difficult, and we're thinking, why would I receive this trial or this challenge? And what makes what makes God think I could get through this, right? But he knows what you know not, right? And so I was thinking to myself, for the past few weeks, it's been extremely difficult mentally to get work done, to put out content, to keep up with, maintaining certain relationships. The best relationships I have, I don't have to necessarily even maintain. I just, I speak to them. I speak to those people when I get the chance, because, we're adults and we're a lot more busy than we were when we were younger. And so pressure is, like most things, it just requires a certain amount of balance. So we need pressure in order to maintain our integrity. The cells in our body need pressure in order to function properly, right? So if it has too little pressure, if you let up, the cell will not have what it needs in terms of having everything, all of the machinery local in a place where it can function the way that it needs to. Then again, if there is too much pressure, the cell can burst, it can be damaged, and it certainly won't function the way that it needs to function, right? And one thing I was talking about in my class with my students last week is that we're talking about the difference between mass and weight. And mass is the amount of matter you have in your body, and weight is dependent on location. So it's how much gravity is pulling on you. So it doesn't have as much to do with the amount of matter in your body as it does proximity to the center of the earth. So if you're further away, take for example, an astronaut, they say they weigh less in space because they're not as close to the earth's center, and therefore gravity is not pulling them as strongly as someone standing on the earth's crust or the surface, right? And so what I'm learning is that life will put you in different positions, different parts of proximity to whatever your earth may be, right? Whatever that grand structure is that's gonna pull on you. So you're gonna have some easy trials, you're gonna have some difficult trials. Regardless, there's gonna be pressure, there's gonna be a pull, and it's going to be constant. What I'm learning is that at a point, you have to figure out a plan. If you do not have a plan, get up early in the morning, an hour before you usually get up. If you can take it, if you don't have a caffeine sensitivity, make a cup of coffee, enjoy your coffee. Don't get on your phone. Let it be a quiet time, and just blast a whole page full of ideas, things that you could possibly, it can sound as ridiculous as you think, because eventually you're gonna come across something amazing and legitimate that you can go through with. But don't judge yourself, don't judge your thoughts, don't judge your creative mind. Get up early in the morning, make that happen. Get a notepad and just blast the whole page with ideas, different things that you could use in terms of whatever your next venture may be. So regardless, life is gonna have pressure. We know that. But you need a plan to deal with the pressure and to use the pressure to your benefit. So when we first wake up in the morning, if you slept in a horizontal position, right? You didn't sleep standing up, hopefully. So gravity is applying pressure to your spine and the rest of your body. So it's kind of like spreading out a little bit. But as you go out through the day, as long as you are erect and standing up, your spine compresses. So you become a little bit shorter. Now, if you stood erect for a very long time, let's say the majority of your life, that could affect your height and that could apply more pressure to your body. But that same downward pressure, or that pressure that's going toward the center of the earth that's compressing your spine, if you change your position or you change your conformity to something else, to a different position, then you could have the opposite effect. You could have a little bit of relief temporarily, which is what you receive when you're asleep. And it's not even only when you're asleep. Your plan, if it puts you in a different position to use that pressure to make you grow, which you do when you're asleep, then you will be much better off. I promise you. So think about that. Think about pressure, think about difficulty, and figure out how to change your position while undergoing that same amount of pressure, that same experience of pressure. What you will realize is it's not even the pressure that's the problem. It's how you deal with it. It's how you react to it. It's how you respond to it. And so my students are definitely waiting on me on this Zoom call. So I'm going to continue to finish this cup of coffee. I'm going to continue to finish my gratitude list for this morning. And I have another message for you all pretty soon on a more personal tip. But for those that consistently view this content, I do ask that you help me and spread this to someone that you think may benefit from it. I'm so grateful for everyone that consistently tunes in and gives feedback, leaves the thumbs up, leaves comments, and invite others to subscribe to the channel. I'm very grateful for that. And so, with that being said, thank you all so much for tuning in. Once again, I'm out of here. Peace.